I was thinking it's George Takei.
Oh.
George Takei, it's some guy popped out from the 80s.
The 80s.
85 said he grabbed his dick. Like, hey, let it go, buddy. Jesus Christ. You know?
It's
and it's also, it's not the...
You know, there was a molester at my church. We had a priest that was a molester. His name's Father Hollahan.
Shocker. Wait a minute. Is it a Catholic church?
Shocker.
What the fuck, man? You can't trust anybody.
And the kids, we used to call him Happy Hands Hollahan because he would always...
Jesus Christ.
Because whenever he'd come up, he'd always like want to wrestle you. But he's the last kind of guy. He was a nerd. He was like he's not a wrestling type guy.
Right, he wasn't a rapist. He
but
was just
he would always
trying.
he'd always come up like, hey, I'm like, why are you doing that? You're just trying to grab me. Yeah. And so we would call him Happy Hands Hollahan, and we would get in trouble if our parents heard us. Don't, that's disrespectful to the... Like, he's grabbing our dicks.
Right. Yeah.
So they finally caught him, and I don't know why I started talking about this, but why did I start talking about this? I know, because we're talking about...
George Takei.
We always did George Takei.
Yeah.
We always thought... It was up to you to not get molested by him. Like, if you got caught, and we would laugh.
Right.
We would laugh at kids who got caught and got molested.
Kids.
Yeah. So he would
gotta run faster, fucker.
He would take
That's
us.
so sad.
He would take us. He had a summer house, right, with a boat, and up in Wisconsin, right. So he would take us, and it was like an hour and a half away. We get in his station wagon. He'd take like 6 boys up to there, and we're going to go water skiing or whatever, right. And so he had the day set up where once you got there, you had to first do cleaning. So you had to change into your cleaning clothes. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And so every time we had to go in the room and change, he would find a reason to come in the room and wrestle one of us.
Oh, God.
And then we were like, all right, we got to put up with it because we want to go on his boat. We were poor.
Oh, my God.
We were poor. We grew up.
Isn't it funny how it's only funny if it's you? Like, you're allowed to laugh about getting molested as long as it's you.
Yes.
Like, no one can say it. Jimmy was on the Joe Rogan show and he was laughing about child molestation. Oh my God, is that true? Hate speech. Put the blanket on it. Hate speech. But no, he was talking about him getting molested. He's normalizing sexual assault.
He would take us. This priest would try to teach you how to ski. How do you teach someone how to water ski?
You put your dick in their mouth.
You put your dick in their mouth.
Do you know how to breathe underwater? Here
we go. Now hold your nose. No spitting. So the way you teach someone how to water ski is you put water skis on them, and then you sit there on the dock, and then you pull away.
Right.
And that's how you learn. So he would take us in shallow water, and then he would put the skis on you so you couldn't run away from them.
Oh, God.
And then he would put his hands.
Oh, my God.
He would put his hands underneath your crotch like this to
pick you up.
And then he goes, now when the boat pulls, it's going to pull you up like this, and
then it's going to jerk you off. And the only way you got to catch it in your mouth.
And so it was...
What the fuck, man?
And so we looked at it like it was your job to get out of that situation.
Oh, no.
And if you got caught, we'd all laugh at you. I remember my friend Danny, he's in the...
You would laugh.
We laugh.
Oh, my God.
We see him.
Poor
He's in the
Danny.
shallow water, and he's going, now if the boat pulls you... And he goes like this, and Danny looks at us, and he goes... He goes,
oh, no.
And we're laughing.
He's doing it in front of everybody.
Yes, and we're laughing and laughing.
Now, did he actually molest anyone other than these inappropriate touches?
No, he molested people.
Oh, boy.
He had to leave the church and all that stuff.
Did he leave the church or did he just move him?
No, just moved him. He went to Arizona for a sabbatical.
Yeah.